is Russ. I'm headed out of Costco right now on a Monday morning. 9:30 in the morning. Current temperature is 71 degrees outside, but it's going to get up to as high as about 83 according to the weather app. So, what am I doing out here? Well, it's not my normal Costco. Now, if you hear me clearing my throat, you know what that means. Yeah, I had a pizza already. Yeah, early in the morning. 75.25. Yeah, I was at the doctor's office. Had to pay a $50 copay. That was for my ear cleaning. Remember that? That was a while ago. Yeah, they finally billed me. So why didn't I pay it online? Well, I needed to get a receipt. But the problem is the receipts always say $50 other. I can't get reimbursed for other. And they couldn't change it either. That's because the emergency care, or immediate care, I should say, immediate care division should have billed me right there and then. They didn't. And now all the administrative people cannot change the billing to say copay. It just says other. And that's not reimbursable. I blame those guys. There's always somebody not doing their job. Not doing their job right. Anyway, so I came out to pay the $50 bill, tried to get the corrected receipt, but I couldn't get the corrected receipt. Oh well, what am I going to do? I mean, it's the way it is. All right, anyway, so how did the colonoscopy come out? Yeah, that happened on Friday. Yeah, it came out okay. Yeah, no polyps, no issues. I talked to the doctor before the procedure and didn't talk to him afterwards. He didn't come out to see me. Usually the doctors come out afterwards to talk to you, but they released me so quickly that he didn't. I don't think he even had a chance to come out to see me. He was probably already working on other people already. So I asked the nurse, how many colonoscopies do you guys do in a day? She goes, oh, well over 100 something. It's 100 something per day. Yeah, it's quite a few. I said, well, how many doctors are here doing it? She says she believes there's around 8 of them. So yeah, they're kind of busy. I did ask him, why is it so cold in the operating rooms all the time? He says, well, that's actually for us. He says, we usually wear some heavy gowns sometimes and we start getting kind of hot. So it's not really for the patient's comfort, it's for the doctor's comfort. Yeah, I mean, they can't wipe their sweat and stuff like that. I mean, what are they going to do when they're doing their procedure, right? So they keep it cold. They do give you a blanket. Yeah. I think the IV is the hardest thing of the colonoscopy thing, besides the prep stuff that you got to do, the night before and the morning of. You got to drink a lot of the fluid, a lot of water and the prep fluid to clear you out. But the IV is tough too because those are kind of big needles. They kind of hurt. Nurses have told me in the past that my skin is very tough. Yeah, it's very hard for them to insert the needle. Yeah, I've got tough skin. So, yeah, the IV part is the part that hurts the worst. Yeah, the rest of it's a piece of cake. Piece of cake. So, yeah, you don't feel anything. We went in there. I talked to the anesthesiologist beforehand. He comes to visit you while you're laying there in the prep area, just waiting for your turn. And, yeah, I told him, I says, this is my 4th colonoscopy. So he goes, okay, so you know what's going to happen. I go, yeah, pretty much. So when we went in there, they say, okay, can you roll over on your side? And they roll you over on your left side, typically. And then next thing you know, they put some oxygen through your nose, 2 little things up into your nose. And then next thing you know, you're out. Yeah. And then you're just waking up. They they wake you up actually. Yeah, they start calling your name until you respond. So I woke up, and then my brother-in-law came over, and then he went to get the car, and then they kicked me out. There's nothing to tell me. She says there's no polyps, no nothing. They gave me the information on a sheet, the doctor's information, what he wrote, and then also they had photos. Yeah, I won't show you the photos. Okay, don't worry. I like seeing the photos. So anyway, well, some people, the nurse said some people don't want to see the photos. I go, yeah, I like to see the photos. I want to see what's in there. She goes, no, yours is fine. I go, okay, whatever. So, yeah, the colonoscopy went well. It was no polyps, no nothing. I was perfectly fine. So anyways, today we are going to lunch every quarter of the year. I mentioned in the past that one of my friends or my brother or myself have a birthday every quarter, literally every quarter of the year. It just worked out that way. What can I say? So it's time for one of our friends' birthday to happen. His birthday is actually not going to happen until I believe October, but the other two, my friend and my brother, are going to be gone during that time period. So we decided let's do it a little bit earlier then. So what we do, and we call it a birthday lunch, but we basically use it as an excuse to catch up what's been happening in the last quarter of the year. And we've been doing this for a number of years. Yeah, we always go to the same basic places. This time we're going again back to the Cheesecake Factory. I usually get some type of salad, but I'm debating whether I want to get something other than a salad this time. But it's probably better that I get the salad. That's how it is. I think the last time all four of us got salads. I don't know. We're all falling apart. Trying to keep our diets within reason. So anyway, that's what's going to happen later. I did get a review that came in. I don't know if I think I mentioned that to you guys before. It did come in. I did my initial test ride, which I typically do. I will check out the bike first, and then I will do my review. So I made a video of the test ride. Okay, I won't say much more about it till the actual review comes out. But I decided to record the test ride to show you the process of what I typically do and what I'm thinking. And I did have one change that I had to do to the bike, which is a minor change, but I believe I'm going to try to mention that on the review, because I think taller riders would benefit from it. Yeah. So what I had to do is I bought a seat post. Taller seat post. This is not the first time. I've done this on many bikes, okay? As you know, I like my full leg extension, and I couldn't get the full leg extension on this bike. Even though if you read the description of rider height that the company suggests, I don't think anyone of that height would be able to ride this bike based on the seat post height that they supplied. I don't know how they came up with that number. So I went out and I bought a taller seat post. But the problem is that the seat post opening was, I believe, 33.6 millimeters or something like that. So I looked for a 33.6 millimeter seat post, and there's not a whole lot to be had unless you want to pay $50 for that seat post. I said, I'm not paying $50. No way. So Russ is cheap. I told you guys. So here's what I did. I bought a shim, a 33.6 inch shim that goes to a smaller seat post, and then I bought the smaller diameter seat post. Yeah, not as good as a one piece, but it was about half the price to do it that way. I think it was like $25 or something like that for the two. Give or take in that general range, 25, 26, I don't know what it was with tax. And so, somebody just honked this other guy. So I decided to do that, and this seat post is really tall. I mean, way taller than anyone. Well, way taller than I need, that's for sure. But it works, right? So you can be lower and you can be taller now. Yeah, I think um, I will suggest to the company. There goes the radio again. Kicks in by itself. I'm telling you, it's haunted. So I think I'm going to tell the company, hey, have you guys ever considered supplying 2 seat posts? Because other companies do, like Wired, they give you 2. They give you a shorter one and a taller one. So if you're short, you can use the shorter seat post. And if you're way tall and you want a good leg extension, you can get a taller one that's supplied with it, right? So anyways, I think I'll suggest that to them. I mean, they don't have to. Nobody has to do it. But I mean, and really, if you're of a taller height and you look at the specification of a bike, or maybe in this case, the specification says you can do it, but you know that you can't once you get the bike. It's not a real big deal, but I mean, it still costs you extra money, right? But it's not that expensive. It cost me $25, $26, whatever it was. With the tax, but you can always change the seat post to something taller. Just go on Amazon and type it in. So what I did is I typed in 33.6 millimeter bicycle seat post, and I think there was only like 2 or 3 of them, and they were like $50. So I said, no way, I'm not paying that kind of money. So you got to know the ins and outs, how to do it. So I bought a conversion shim and then bought the thinner seat post. Works. Yeah, works. Who else does that? The the suspension seat post company. Well, who is that? See, this is the problem with my memory. I can see it in my brain and it doesn't come out. Suntour seat post. Yeah, the NCX, the one that I got from Magicycle, they actually had a shim. Yeah, that's how I started realizing, hey, you could use these shims and put thinner seat posts. The reason they do this is because then that one size will fit all with the shim, right? But the problem with the shim is that it's another point of potential slippage. So it's usually not as good that way, but it works, right? I kept thinking, is there something you can do to keep it from sliding? I guess maybe something sticky. Did they make some things that you can put on the seat post to make it a little stickier? Then when you put it in there, it doesn't slip as much. I mean, you're talking the metal slipping against the other metal. What would you put? Yeah, put a comment. If you wanted to keep the seat post from slipping on the shim, the shim's never going to slip because it fits just perfectly there. But inside the shim and on the seat post, what would you put to make that less slippery? Make it more sticky. Not sticky, but more resistant so it won't slip. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What would you do? Put a comment. Let me know. Maybe I'll do that then. I mean, it's easy to put things like Vaseline or something like that if you want something to slide easier. But what would you put to make it not slide? That's the question. Okay. Yeah. Put a comment. Let me know. Because that would be helpful for me, and I'm sure it would be helpful for other people to know what kind of material could be put. I mean, I wouldn't put like a rough paper because that's just like another point of things in between. Some type of sticky residue thing or something that makes it less. What would you do? Eat some chicken wings that are sticky or something like that, and then touch it and then let it get tacky? What would you do? It's gotta be some easier method. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys for today. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Let me know what you think. And what do you think about, having 2 seat posts? I mean, obviously those companies would make you pay for that, but I think I would rather pay for that than having to search for it myself. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, and that would be basically for taller riders. Typically need a taller seat post. It's not usually for the shorter guys. Shorter riders are perfectly fine. put a comment. Let me know what you think about that. You know, should we pay a little extra and get 2 seat posts instead of 1? You know, or should you just leave it as it is and then force the guy to go searching all over Amazon to try to find it? All right, anyways, that's all I got for you. Talk to you guys next time.